Hello everyone, Kelly Rizzo here with Lap Live TV, and I am at the famous Joe's Bar before the Jerrod Niemann concert, and I'm lucky enough to have Jerrod sitting here with me. Welcome, Jerrod.
Well, thank you for having me today.
Absolutely. Now, you've played at Joe's before. I've seen you play here before. Last spring, I believe it was. It was an amazing show, but today is a little bit different, a little bit special. It is your first time streaming your show live, using Lap Live TV, of course, to your fans around the world. So why is that so important to you?
Well, you know, Joe's Bar is one of our favorite places to play, and unfortunately, you know, not everybody gets to travel around and be in this wonderful place, so we thought we just would take Joe's Bar to them.
Your last album, Judge Jerrod and the Hung Jury, was a huge success, and now you've just released your latest album, Free the Music. Now, I've got to ask you, do you feel a little bit of pressure to live up to the success of your last album?
No, I learned a long time ago that, you know, in this business, you don't really try to top what you've done, you just try to add to what you've done. And in this case, Free the Music, there's really no pressure because I wanted to make the music with the people that I enjoy making music with, and that's kind of what came out.
Yeah, and it's gotten a lot of critical praise so far, and it says it's very genre-breaking, and you haven't really limited yourself to a certain type of sound, and so it's gotten a lot of really good press. And so do you have anything to say about, you know, having the music be a little bit different this time?
Yeah, you know, we just tried to do everything unconventional. You know, we did the first album that way, and so on this one we wanted to add horns. You know, horns have been in country music even before the pedal steel guitar. Right. So we were excited to pay honor and homage to all eras of country music, and so we actually brought the horn section here tonight.
Now, I sat down with a very good friend of yours just a few weeks ago. We had a great chat, fellow songwriter as well, Lee Bryce. And I asked Lee, I said, what is your favorite song that you've ever written for another artist or for somebody else to perform? And he said, Only God Could Love You More, that he wrote with you. I want to know how that came about, how you collaborated with Lee on that song, and what the backstory is to that song.
Well, we also wrote it with John Stone, and we were at Lee Bryce's house for a cookout, and John leaned over and said, man, I have an idea for a song called Only God Could Love You More. And I was floored by the idea. I thought, wow, what a beautiful thought, you know, to say to somebody. So we actually wrote the song there, and then we didn't even talk about it for about a month, and I realized that we may have not written it correctly, or we'd be talking about it all the time. So we went back and wrote it a second time. It's one of those songs that it starts out, you're excited about it anytime you write a song, but when you get on stage and people feel like they connect with it, then the song becomes more important to you. So that feels like one of those songs that that hopefully everyone will continue to gravitate towards.
You're in the midst of the Jägermeister Presents tour, which has 200 dates over the next year. How do you prepare for a tour of that magnitude, and like, what's your mindset like when you're in the midst of all those shows?
Well, Jägermeister has been a friend of the family for a long time, so it's basically just like having a family member on the road with you, but they happen to live in the freezer instead of in the bunk. So no, it's been great, and you know, we kind of cut our teeth in honky tonks and the bars across the country, so it's fun to go back and play some of our favorite places, and also be drinking lots of Jägermeister.
Now, Joe's has an amazing reputation on the country circuit. It's an incredible venue, and also with its ties with US 99, and it's just, everyone loves to play here. Why do you love playing at Joe's so much?
Well, I think it's not just four walls and a ceiling and a bunch of speakers. It's a great place also because Chicago is a hub for retail, and it's easy flight from Nashville. So, you know, everybody, you know, our record label, management, everybody seems to come, and it's just sort of like the hangout. It's the meeting place. You've
been in Nashville a long time, but you're from Kansas, is that right? So how did you foster such strong country roots, being from Kansas, that then enabled you to get to Nashville?
Well, I grew up in a town about 3 hours from an airport, so it was very easy to, you know, just open the door and you can, I mean, it's so flat and barren where I grew up that you can actually see into Oklahoma 20 miles away where my mom grew up. You can see the grain bin. And so, obviously I loved music my whole life, but growing up in a small town, you see the country. It's just part of your life, whether you want it to be or not, so it's just easy to gravitate towards country music. And of course, my grandparents loved it too, and man, I just always, you know, I heard a quote a long time ago, and I wish I came up with it, but it wasn't mine, but it said, you know, we don't choose music, music chooses us.
Nice.
And so, you know, wherever you're at in the world, it just sort of, you know, once it gets a hold of you, there's no cure. So Nashville is always just a place I wanted to be. And the first time I ever drove there, I remember I had, man, just butterflies in my stomach and everything. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're gonna have a good time tonight. We're gonna get wild. We have a special guest here that we'll be introducing later in the show. And so pull up your six-pack and let's get this party started.
Let's get the party started. We are all very excited. We will see you all out there during the show, and we will see you on stage, Jerrod. Thanks so much.
Keep it rural.
Thanks.